Sorry, this is like take one. Like in Hollywood.
Ready? Okay. This is our self-defense training for anyone, but particularly our college students, our practicing pharmacists, and anybody really in any situation. I'll go over a few things here first. I give this talk with some state troopers, and I want to pass along some of their helpful tips. When first approached in any situation, especially when it's just one on whoever's attacking, and you're the victim, it is human nature for us, if somebody comes up to us and attempts to either attack us physically or point a gun or knife or whatever, to do as they ask, because that's what we want to do. But the statistics are far in the other direction. If you are a documentary staff like I am, and you watch shows on serial killers and you watch shows on prison escapees, like the Texas 7, how they were caught by some victim who did not do what they wanted them to do. If you look at most serial killers, when they are caught when somebody decides to do something that they did not tell them to do. So, when you put them in the decision making to where they have to make the choice to keep their cover or put them in a situation that causes them angst and anxiety, that's when you have your chance of survival. So, yeah, are there people who have done that and died? Yes, I'm sure. But for the most part, you have to, when you're just looking at being attacked out in public or wherever, that's something that you've got to make that decision very quickly. Obviously in the pharmacy situation, we can talk about that, but obviously the best thing in the pharmacy situation is do what they want, get them the drugs they want, because they're there for a reason, and get them out the door. That's what happened to 7 women that I care a lot about, my pharmacist and 6 technicians and all the other personnel in 2007. Armed robbery, came in, had a bushel, or had a satchel, filled him up with everything. He jumped out the drive-through window, and our police were there to get him. And what helped out is my employee, who I always got on about ordering her chemicals in our lab with the lights out, because she would turn on the computer and do just fine. That's why he was caught. It's because he didn't see her in there. And so she took the phone off the hook and dialed 911, and that's how she was actually got. But in the pharmacy situation, the only time that you need to make decisions like we're talking about is when they ask you to go to the back room, and you feel that bodily harm is imminent. All 7 of these women were tied up, and I think God was with me, because when I was driving there desperately, I thought of what can I do, and I called a close friend of mine who's a counselor, and we immediately started when he got there. And all of them attribute that to the reason why they're all still with me and still in the pharmacy. If you are shopping and you think that a cell phone up to your ear is going to protect you, that's not smart. They want somebody who's distracted. If you are in a parking lot and you have a van next to you, there's no time frame that you could say that you've got to be somewhere, that you could not go back into a mall, which most of them have security guards, or somebody you could go into a lighted area and call that says, hey, come here, that you can't wait that long enough to get in your car. The state troopers talk about that all the time about vans. Locking your car sounds really simple. Had a little girl in Greenville, Kentucky 12 years ago. Left her dad and her boyfriend behind. They wanted to go pick up a movie. She goes to the most well-traveled area of our county. It is the busiest intersection. It is the busiest gas station. It is the most well-lit place in the whole county. And while she ran in to get a movie, A guy got in her car, in the back seat, and then drove her out to a lake and murdered her. So, simple things. Obviously, when you are getting in your car, you need to be looking around before you sit down, and especially in the dark areas. Do any of you young ladies have your keys with you? Can anybody show me a really good example of a big wad of keys? Oh, there you go. This is light compared to my daughter. But you actually have really good defense right there. So you need to have that in your hand as you're walking to your car or somewhere, and you can do really, really good damage just by punching somebody with your keys. So you automatically have that. Of course, you got mace, those type things. One thing, Leon had done some taekwondo, and I know, are you still doing taekwondo?
Cameras getting close to dying. We've got the cord, but that's the only
Catastrophe.
plug-in we can see. Can you guys move this way a little bit?
Yes, we'll move this way.